a singles match, except for one fall. Introducing first, making her way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She is the Rebel Buddhist. This is Promise Braxton.
All right, Biss, looks like we're going to try to get things back on track here. Couldn't be a bigger change in pace from what we just saw as Promise Braxton, sponsored by Justin Ruff, makes her way to the ring. Here is a competitor that I've seen a lot of her over the last year, and really one of the most impressive female talents on the scene today.
Yeah, man, if Justin Ruff is sponsoring her, I have high hopes. This is my first time seeing her live. I've heard a lot of the waves going on. Is that Sage?
Yes, that definitely is.
Sage.
It's very pungent.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about any evil spirits in the arena.
Promise Braxton, the Rebel Buddhist. You can see, look at the look on her face. You can tell she is ready for a fight, and her opponent's going to bring it. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely, one of the best.
And introducing her opponent, making her way to the ring from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 420. She is the Afro Punk, Trish Adora.
We talked about hot wrestling territories. That Washington, D.C. area is putting out some talent, man.
Yeah.
And none more talented than Trish Adora, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've only recently become acquainted with exactly how hot a territory Washington, D.C. is.
It is on fire, man.
Oh, definitely. Trish Adora, a big part of that. Trish Adora making a splash at the last New Texas event, competing at what may have been the match of the night.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that.
Yeah, hard to argue against it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Her and Roxy tore the house down. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out on IWTV.
We're definitely primed for a repeat performance here tonight. These two ladies, neither of them willing to give less than 100% in the ring. As Trish Adora extends the hand for sportsmanship. Promise Braxton slapping it away.
No honor code here tonight.
No. No honor, no respect, just a fight ready to happen.
And this is Braxton's first match here, correct?
I believe so. I believe this is her debut with New Texas Pro Wrestling. Not her debut here at Houston Premier Arena. She has been in this very ring several times over. She's very familiar with this building. I do believe this is also the first time that she's facing off against Trish Adora, so she's definitely got her work cut out for her here tonight. A debut and definitely against a competitor that
is. This is someone I've been hearing about for the past year, maybe longer even. Definitely making waves.
Promise Braxton, definitely a fast rising competitor. She trained down in Texas City with Booker T. Part of Reality of Wrestling, is a Diamonds Division champ down there. Definitely rose through the ranks quickly, and you can see why. She's a very fierce competitor, definitely on top of her game, tries to maintain control at every aspect that she possibly can.
Yeah, well, there we go, right there. Roll up. But being able to control the wrist of someone like Trish Adora there, it says a lot for her technical prowess. Trish Adora, for my money, one of the most prestigious independent champions going right now. When we talk about, I think Sugar Dunkington just recently, and the Iron Man match with Tony Deppen, right? Did a lot of stuff over the past year that really raised her profile.
Yeah, Trish Adora has been doing a good job of raising her profile over the last 9 to 12 months. She has definitely broken out in a big way. She's come onto the scene and shows, basically established herself as a real name to watch. There's a reason why she's popping up all over the place, not the least of which here in New Texas Pro Wrestling. as you see her go to the mat
Very
here.
nice. Oh, wow.
Looks like a variation of a cloverleaf of some kind.
Almost that reverse cloverleaf. You have to think if Promise Braxton was not able to reach the ropes there. I think Trish Adora had designs of bending her in half. Very nice arm throw there.
Trish Adora displaying an attitude of superiority here, showing that she's in complete control of this match.
She's earned it. She's earned it, man.
Whenever you're on a hot streak like Trish Adora is, you've got to ride that hot streak as long as it's going to take you. And that's exactly what she's doing here tonight. And that's one thing that you've really got to watch out with whenever you're facing off against Promise Braxton.
Oh, did you hear the thud?
One of the more accomplished strikers you'll see in any women's division across the United States. I've seen her go toe-to-toe with submission specialists and hard strikers.
Hand into the post, head into the post.
Also excellent ring awareness.
Oh, man, very nice.
Promise.
Tope Suicida through the bottom rope.
Trish Adora, like I said, riding a hot streak, but Promise Braxton is no slouch. Goes for a cover, gets a 2 count right there.
She was just recently on the AEW Dark as well, correct?
That is correct, Biss.
See, I keep up with some things, man.
Yeah. Promise Braxton had an appearance on AEW Dark, went toe-to-toe, I believe, with Tay Conti, which is not somebody that many people are eager to step into the ring with if they don't feel like they're prepared. Promise Braxton showing exactly what she's capable of in that corner.
Yeah, Braxton may be on their way up, but these are two of the top female athletes, two of the top athletes in wrestling.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do if you want to make a name for yourself. You don't make a name for yourself by fighting off the bottom rung of the low contenders. You've got to go after the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trish is already there on a national level. I think Braxton is destined to be there as well.
And you see that killer instinct on the part of Promise Braxton, just laying the boots into the back of the head of Trish Adora. She's not backing down from this fight whatsoever.
My hat goes off to New Texas Pro Management here. Tricia, of course, had the match with Roxy, was booked for additional dates. Had she been able to pick up the victory and take the title off of Roxy, but this gives us an opportunity to watch a match like this, right? Which is awesome.
You got to imagine Trish Adora has found a place that she likes to compete here in New Texas Pro Wrestling. You got to imagine she would like another shot at that New Texas Pro Wrestling Women's Championship.
Oh, absolutely, man.
So
absolutely.
A match like this, it has repercussions. It has meaning for someone like Trish Adora. It also has meaning for someone like Promise Braxton, who is making, as we said, her entry into New Texas. What better way than to pick up a win over someone like Trish Adora?
Well, it's going to make shockwaves here in New Texas, but it's also going to make shockwaves across the nation to say, okay, who's this young upstart that beat Trish Adora, right? And she's doing it in her hometown, right? Not her hometown, but where she's from right now, right?
No, definitely. Promise Braxton may not be from Houston, Texas, but she has made it her stomping ground over the last several months. As I said, she's had a major presence down in Texas City for Reality of Wrestling, which is a highly competitive environment as well. The fact that she's coming into New Texas Pro looking to make a name for herself, and she could not choose a better opponent than Trish Adora.
Don't want to disparage Pittsburgh at all. That would get me in trouble at home.
Oh, no. Pittsburgh's a tough town, I'll tell you that much.
We're seeing a tough competitor here right now.
High flying crossbody from Trish Adora sends Promise Braxton down to the mat.
Tricia laser focused here. So is Braxton. Ooh, that high kick.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Braxton is a aggressive competitor. Trish Adora also doing a very good job of maintaining control, maintaining and establishing the pace of this matchup as she goes for a cover and gets a 2 count.
Yeah, that's good job of focusing her offense and chaining those moves together. Got the high kick to rock the head back. As she comes down to the mat, she snaps the head back again.
Well, you definitely don't want to let Promise Braxton maintain her aggressive tendencies. That's the last thing that you want to do in a matchup like this.
Yeah. Trish Adora is one of the most aggressive wrestlers there are out there. She's calculated, but she is extremely aggressive.
Well, she knows how to utilize her offense.
Nothing's wasted.
No wasted movement.
And that waist lock led to a German suplex there.
Yeah, Promise Braxton trying to take a page out of Trish Adora's book, maintaining control, maintaining and establishing the pace of the matchup. And I feel like that's going to be the key to who walks away with the victory here, is who can maintain, establish, and control the speed and pacing of this match.
Rolls through. Very nice.
Trish Adora always maintaining an idea of exactly where she is in that ring.
Very well scouted. Taking advantage of the aggression there a little bit.
And there you go. There you go.
Got her. Very nice.
The winner of this match,
Trish Adora.
Adora!
Trish Adora, like I said, knew exactly where she was able to sneak out a victory there. An absolute a pinning predicament out of nowhere that was able to take advantage of her situation.
I was going to mention, I'd never seen that roll up before. Leg scissors around the waist. She was off to the side. Had her basically, I don't know if Braxton realized that she was in as much trouble as she was. By the time she went to kick out, it was too late. 3 count.
Yeah, Trish Adora, one of those competitors that can beat you at a moment's notice, and she just did.
You gotta give respect after that, man.
Oh, you definitely
do.
That
was wizardry. Easy for me to say.
And still, no respect from Promise Braxton. Oh.
A little dab.
Maybe a different form of respect.
Hey, fist bumps for flu season, brother.
There we go. That is not going to be the last we see of Promise Braxton here at New Texas Pro Wrestling.
Not.
I can tell you that much. And we can only wonder what's next for Trish Adora.
Well, up next is December 18th, right? Looking forward to seeing her again. Keep an eye on New Texas Pro social media. Match announcements coming soon.